Good evening, everybody. I'm Will Unley in southern Middle Tennessee, and are you ready for some snow? That's what we're going to be talking about here tonight in this SevereView Weather Update. I'm going to be joined shortly by my colleague, Storm Specialist Drew Richards. We welcome all of you watching across our family of local radio stations and digital outlets tonight, from WOPC in Linden, WNKX in Centerville, WLVS in Decatur County, and we welcome our new audience, WANT and WCOR, WANT there in Lebanon. All of you will probably recognize our voices, but maybe you haven't had a chance to see us face to face. I'm Will. I handle a lot of your Access Tennessee news updates during the day. And we also have Drew, who handles a lot of your weather. We also welcome our audience tonight streaming along on SevereView, our 24/7 Roku TV channel, and those of you joining us on Tennessee River Valley News as well, courtesy of our friend Bert Staggs. All right, we have a winter storm warning from most everybody in our state tonight. So we have some timing, some updates on possible snow totals, and how the picture looks for us over the next 12 hours. Let's bring in our storm specialist, Drew Richards, who's back in our SevereView Studios, HQ there, keeping an eye on everything. Drew, good evening to you. We wanted to pop on here at bedtime, just give everybody the latest, because we're going to be seeing flurries, if not already, very soon in Memphis. We've seen things happening throughout Arkansas, and it's just a matter of time before that changeover, that moisture works its way in, and we start to see some snowfall.
That's right, Will. If you've checked your smartphone apps and some of the radar apps already, I got a notification that snow was going to start just shortly a few minutes ago. But hey, a lot of that is evaporating before it reaches the ground. But you're right, that will make it to the ground later tonight. And a lot of us is going to wake up for a lot of snowfall tomorrow morning and continuing through the day on Friday.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that we want to point out here is that for a lot of us, this has a chance to be a fun snowfall. We have a lot of heavy stuff going on in the world right now. When we talk about a lot of our impacts, yes, we could have areas of very serious accumulation. But if you don't have to get out in it unnecessarily, it's the same thing if you could just have a fire in the fireplace, enjoy this. It's not going to be a very long-lived system, but it's certainly going to create a nice winter scene. So we're here to prepare you, let you know as best the models are giving us some guidance right now as to where we're going to see things. So Drew, I'm going to send it over to you, and let's walk through a couple of those models and see how things are looking.
Sounds good, Will. Appreciate that. And we'll go right to some of the maps that we've been looking at all week, guys. And this is the short-range, high-resolution model data. We have not been able to show you this because these models only go out anywhere between 24 and 48 hours. But the difference is they're very high resolution. So we can see some detail with these model maps that we can't see with the GFS and the Euro and some of the other stuff we've been showing you all week long. So just showing you the broad brush of the whole system coming in kind of on that animation there. And I'm actually going to stop this and notice that is right there. That's 4 a.m. tomorrow morning. Snowfall moving into southwestern Tennessee. This may be a little bit behind looking at radar right now. So we may see some snowfall a little bit earlier than that. And then notice through the day, I'll stop it right here. This is valid. About 8 to 9 a.m., snowfall continues to overspread the state. We cannot ignore this model still has that orange color, still has the sleet trying to make it up into that southern row of counties from Hardin County, Wayne County, Lawrence County, Giles County. So we've talked about that all week. We do have a chance midday, early afternoon for some of the snowfall to maybe briefly change to a sleet snow mixture. And then as it tapers off, I think we'll probably go all back to snow. So the question everybody wants to know, how much snow will we get? Instead of showing you that on a model map, we are always going to use the official maps from the National Weather Service. So that is their latest call as of earlier this afternoon. I still think we're still in that 3 to 6 inch range for most of us here across the state. That yellow shade of color up on the Cumberland Plateau for you guys, that's a 6 to 8 inch total up there. So again, low end, I think everybody gets 2 to 3, like we talked about last night. That thought process really has not changed. And then on the high end, I would not be surprised at all to see some locations getting, again, 6 to 8, maybe a couple more inches more than that, Will, as we go throughout the afternoon and evening tomorrow once the storm really starts to wind down.
And as you're showing us that timing, one thing that comes to mind is it may be generally clear or just starting to snow for a lot of us first thing in the morning. And you may think, hey, I'm not going to have any problems today. I'm going to get to work and ride this thing out. And then when you get to leave work, it may be a completely different scenario. We saw a little bit of that earlier today, Drew, in parts of Arkansas along Interstate 40. We were checking out some of those cameras earlier, and we saw a lot of cars at a standstill on the interstate because they were caught by surprise with a lot of snowfall very quickly. Here's a live look right now. This is on some of those roads. Tell us where we are with this, Drew, and who's giving us this great video.
Sure. This is from our good buddy Brett Adair. He is actually on I-40 east of Little Rock right now. So he's near the Hazen, Arkansas and Brinkley, Arkansas area, according to the map, in Prairie County. If any of you guys are familiar with that, between Memphis and Little Rock. He started out with heavy snow over there earlier. The roadways quickly got snow covered, but that last report, he's had a sleet snow mixture, and he's getting a little bit further east as we're again seeing that wintry precip mix there, again about halfway between Memphis and Little Rock on I-40.
Great, fantastic live image. Yeah, we've seen some very interesting live pictures from Arkansas, and that's a preview of what's going to be coming here. But when we talk about some of those totals that you were saying, 3 to 4 inches, that's manageable, folks, to get out in. Our TDOT salt trucks have been at work now for a good 24 hours. Here's a live look from downtown Linden, Tennessee, one of our SevereView network cameras, and we have some new ones that have just come online today, so we'll be sharing those from across the state as well. Nice dry streets. The only thing you see there, occasionally a passing car, of course, but also the salt that is down on the roadway that's going to be so important. So there's the live look from Clifton, Tennessee, as well as part of our network of cameras. So we have a lot to track for you overnight, and I hope that you wake up and see some great snow totals. By the way, if you have a question, a specific question, Drew is watching chat right now, and he'll do his best to answer some of those questions as well. And I would like to take this opportunity again to not only welcome our new audiences joining us tonight, but you have the opportunity to download the SevereView app. That's the name of our collective service here. And so we have that available for you on your app stores. And also it's a free Roku TV channel that's showing this report as well as some automated reports throughout the night that will keep you on top of everything as we start to see conditions change. So Drew, I don't know if you have any questions coming in yet, but if you have any specific you want to address, but boy, look at that map there with all those watches and warnings. We're all under some type of warning at this time, folks. So we can just say as a state, let's get ready for some snow.
Yeah, Will, that's a pretty wild view I wanted to show. We've got winter storm warnings up from Amarillo, Texas, through Dallas, Texas, Oklahoma City. I think the entire state of Arkansas is included in that winter storm warning. Check it out, the entire state of Tennessee, all 95 counties in a winter storm warning. North Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, check it out. It goes all the way to the coastline there, north of Norfolk, Virginia, with that winter storm warning. So a really impressive system. And again, that is live radar. So right now, we are seeing some radar returns in northern Mississippi. But so far, I've been looking at some of the reports from the Weather Service. Not a lot of that is reaching the ground that you see there right on the Tennessee border from Collierville out through the South Haven, Mississippi area and over the Corinth, Mississippi area. I think some of that you see there south east of Memphis and northwest of Tupelo in that darker blue, that probably is reaching the ground. That's heavier precip returns and also that southwest of Memphis. So again, we'll have to watch these radar trends, Will, as we get later into the night, because all indications are right now the storm may be a little bit ahead of schedule, because we really didn't see any models all week long with any radar returns, before midnight, 1, 2 a.m. at the earliest. And here we are, not even 10 o'clock, and we've got a pretty good lit up radar, just southwest of the state. So we'll have to keep an eye on that tonight and see if that changes.
I'm standing
anything.
here. That's right. I'm ready for it. So just any minute, we'll go ahead and start bringing it to you. The first flake that falls, I'll be sure to tell you about it. Hey, folks, we have a lot to cover over the next couple of days. And, Drew, I think it's also important to mention that this is not going to necessarily be on the ground forever. We could start to possibly still see some sunshine by Sunday and Monday. Kind of talk about the big picture as to, we know that Friday and Saturday are going to be difficult travel days, not only by vehicle, but also possibly air travel is going to be impacted by this. But, when it comes time for Sunday, Monday to roll around, we've had a lot of chance for crews to get out there and street roadways. Do we think that things are really going to start to improve at that point?
Yeah, for sure. Like we talked about briefly last night, and I'm trying to pull up that snow depth real quick, and we'll show that on screen as I'm talking about it. I think when these road crews get out tomorrow, especially tomorrow night into Saturday, once the precipitation stops, they're really going to be able to get a handle on some of these major thoroughfares, the U.S. highways, the state highways, and of course, as you said, those are all pre-treated, so hopefully that helps a little bit in that process, because it's not only going to be, scraped from above and salt applied from above, but it's also going to be melting from the pavement up since we pre-treated the roadway. So as far as roadway goes, I think we'll be in a lot better shape midday Saturday into Saturday afternoon on the major highways. Those back roads will, depending on how much snow we get. If we get 2-3 inches, I think even the back roads will probably be good by midday Sunday. If we get 6+ inches, it's going to take a little bit for that much snow to melt off these back roads. So what we're looking at right there, that is midday Saturday of snow depth from the European model. Anything in that dark blue shade of color, that is again 3 to 6 inches of snow. And again, this is on the ground, this isn't the roads, but as we go forward in time, it really may not melt off a whole lot until we get into next week. This is valid midday Tuesday. And again, notice anything in the blue shade of color there, that is at least 2 inches of snow still on the ground. And that's noon Wednesday right there. That's as far out as this model goes. So again, we're talking about the ground. We're not talking about the roads, but we may have snow, especially in the shady areas, all the way into the middle part of next week, depending on, again, how much we get. But those roadways will, again, if you got to get out, if you got to go to work, a lot of places don't close. The first responders are always out. Hospitals, hotels, so many professions don't have the luxury to close business like others do during events like this. And you guys still have to get out and find a way to go to work. So again, tomorrow, like you said, Will, rough. Try to stay off the roads while it's snowing, because as much as these crews work, they may not be able to keep up with it when we've got these heavy snowfall rates coming in tomorrow. And then once that snow stops, give them 6 to 12 hours and they'll really make some improvements on these highways.
And Drew, a reminder that Tennessee is under a state of emergency for this storm. As part of that, TEMA officials are encouraging you to stay off the roads, especially during the first few hours of this snowstorm while they try to get out there and tackle some of the heavier roadways. So again, just give them time, give them space, especially if you get behind one of those salt brine trucks. You're not going to want to travel too close to one of those. Your car will thank you if you don't. We have a lot more coverage planned. This is just the beginning. We wanted to hop on here, though, at nighttime, right before bed, and tell everybody that everything is on track. We do have those totals still in the forecast, and we're going to wake up bright and early and bring those to you. Again, we welcome all of you watching tonight. Thank you for streaming along with us. We invite you to like the SevereView page on Facebook. Feel free to download our apps all under that SevereView name. And we welcome our digital audience joining us tonight on WANT and Tennessee River Valley News as well. This could be a fun event for a lot of you. Enjoy the snow. Enjoy the scenes. We're going to be here to share your photos. Feel free to tag us and all of that. We can't wait to share them. And enjoy this and stay warm and stay safe. And, of course, we're, Drew, thinking about everybody tonight, our neighbors on the other side of the country in Los Angeles and throughout California, as they also deal with a lot of very extreme weather. Our thoughts and prayers are with them tonight. Drew, I'll send it back to you to close it out.
For sure, we'll appreciate that again. We'll go ahead and close out with that one last view at our Commodore Hotel Cam here downtown Linden. Not a lot going on. It's a quiet night. It's a calm night, and a lot of people have already went home and kind of hunkered down for the evening, waiting for the snow to start. So again, for Will Nunley, appreciate all you do, Will, and we'll be checking in with you during the day tomorrow. As he said, we'll be doing live coverage here on the channels starting early tomorrow morning, but we'll also be firing off our radar live stream and our camera live stream here later tonight on the SevereView YouTube channel. So we'll keep that going all night with some background music for you guys. So if you want to put that up on your Roku TV, make sure you download that. That'll be on our channel. And we'll have that streaming on the YouTube page as well. But again, thank you for everybody tuning in tonight, and we'll talk to you tomorrow morning.